Hello fellow gamers, and I'm playing Fortnite Save the World, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can solo a 4-player recommended retrieve the data at any level really. So you're going to need a certain hero and certain build to actually do this. You will need base Kyle because of his lofty architecture perk, which base increases building health by 84%. The team perk, it doesn't really matter what you use. I tend to use recycling if I'm playing solo. If I'm playing in a public game, I don't, because other people tend to pinch your materials without asking. In the support team, tough traps increases trap durability by 17.5%. Frozen castle, enemies standing on structures affected by base are snared by 15%. Mega base increases base connectivity by 1. Power modulation, structures affected by base are healed for 4% of max health every 10 seconds. And hotfix increases building repair speed by 10%. And the gadgets, these are essential as well. You need banner, drops a banner healing players' buildings health to 250% for 45 seconds in a 1-tile radius. Planting banner also deals a shockwave doing 89 damage in a 1-tile radius. Banner now acts as a respawn point for friendly players within range. And also slow field reduces speed of enemies to 40% in a 1-tile radius for 45 seconds. Right, let's get into the mission, and I'll actually show you afterwards what traps, what roles, perks do you have to have on the actual traps to be able to do this. This is actually the highest retrieve the data mission, so a 124 is going to have to do, I'm afraid. And I've actually got the game on private so that no one actually joins. Otherwise you'll be going, Starfish, you said you could do it solo and other people helped. And I want to say a big thank you to Xrax36, because it was him that showed us how to actually do this build. You only need 8 traps to be able to do this. Once it's finished loading, come on game.
You know how always coming up with gadgets to outsmart the storm?
It's in the south,
That
so
started an arms race. You know those rumors we've been hearing about an even more dangerous part of the storm? A corrosive storm that closes in on you, eventually swallowing you alive? Remember how I said that would never, ever, ever happen here? It's happening here. We need to retrieve the data as usual, but this time we need to watch the storm.
we need 2 blue glow as well.
The storm will hurt you a lot. You'll take damage when you're in the storm, so keep an eye on your health.
It'll all become clear.
We need to retrieve the data before we're overwhelmed by the storm, so you'll want to move quickly. We only have 20 minutes. Keep an eye on the storm's movement on your map. We've got a bonus in play.
It's not that one. We need 1 more blue glow anyway. It will all become clear.
I need help.
Tough. Too busy. There's a blue glow there, but it's probably a I just want a single blue glow. There's one underneath. So I can get to it without dying. that crystal. There's going to be loads of enemies coming that way. I'll tell you what I'll do, I'll just jump off the map. Go back to the start, because then I don't... If you actually fall off the map, you don't lose your blue glow. But if you get killed by an enemy, you do lose your blue glow, and you've got to go and find it again.
Build strong!
Ah, there's blue glow right there. Typical. So, need to go find this boost. It's a certain boost we need to find.
Help!
Sorry, I haven't got time to help you, love. You'll have to die. There it is. Building boost. You need that. That's the only one you really need. Where was balloon? Now we need to go and build. Let me just deal with this. Hopefully it's in a good spot. Oh, them enemies that spawn in are a pain.
Landing site spotted. Nice find. Any attacks from the storm's creatures could corrupt the data. You'll want to build defenses around the balloon's landing site.
To clear out enemies around.
Hey, keen eyes, people! Tankers!
Got some right core off that. How did you get in there? Right, what are the objectives? Always check the objectives to see what the active modifiers are. So it's Firestorm changes all elemental enemies to fire, so we can't use wood. We have to use metal or stone or brick. You see so many times people don't check this. And you see it's like nature enemies, and they build out of metal, which is wrong, because they will weaken structures. We need to fully upgrade the centerpiece here around the actual landing. Actually, I could just do that.
The only way we're going to retrieve all of the data is to shoot the balloon down as soon as possible. So bring down that balloon, download that data, and get ready to move.
Oh, more enemies again.
Spooky!
We don't actually want to bring the balloon down though yet. And there is a reason for that, which I'll explain a bit later.
Nope. Yeah, not possible. Okay.
Right, we need to build around this. All it is a 1x1 box, and then just base all the way around it, and the same again above it. And then we need to actually put a base down. Oh, this is a pain. Trying to put your base down sometimes. And I'll just put a little wall around it like so. Just extend these bits a bit more. Because remember, they're snared if they're on the actual structures affected by base. You don't really have to upgrade these bits, but I like to. Must have enough efficient at the minute. It's dropping everywhere. I'll break this down as well, otherwise they're not going to... When they push back, they're going to not probably go back far enough. And we just have to wait now until the actual balloon drops. Now the reason for this is if I started the mission now, there would be a mini boss, and we don't want a mini boss because of course we'd have to deal with that. And so you just let the time actually run down until 0. Just basically just grab some top of my metal back up while I'm waiting. Still got another 5 minutes. And if there's actually any smashers as well that are sort of right near where the actual build is, you want to get rid of them.
Whoa, hey now.
Let's actually put a trap stand now. So what we need is we can either use a wall launcher. It's that final perk that's the important one, which needs to be legendary. Heals attached buildings 4.8% of its max health every 4.8 seconds. I can either use, and they have to be non-damage traps, I can either use a wall launcher or I can use a wall light. As you can see, that final perk heals attached building. Oh, you guys are such a pain. As you can see there, power level 145, these enemies.
Hey, patch me up.
The storm wall's getting close.
And as you can see, I'm only using 106 traps. That's it. There's 4 either wall launchers with the healing perk as the end one, or wall lights with the same last perk. And then when the balloon actually drops, what I'll do is I will place 4 of these on the inside, wall spikes, and again that last perk heals attached buildings 4.8% of its max health every 10 seconds. It doesn't matter about the other rolls on it. It's just that last final perk that's needs to be legendary. That's the important one. Let me just chuck a cozy down and heal myself. Let's just craft some more. Oh, I didn't need to drop that, did I? Because I've got 8 of them. Got a bit of metal. Might as well grab a bit more while waiting. Still got another couple of minutes. Now, to be on the safe side, I could put the wooden floor spikes sort of like here and here, just to like, or tar pit traps. I could put them here and here as well, so that when it knocks them back, it slows them down when they're coming back towards here. And I could do that like all the way around, but I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna use the 8 traps for this video to show you that it actually can be done. Just over a minute left. Let me just make sure that is selected. You can either use the lead sled or the Storm King's Fury to actually get yourself back up here, or the Guardian's Will that has this perk as well. So you just have that in your inventory, do a heavy attack, and it gets you up without you having to actually build. The reason I put these around here is because when I jump back out of here to just grab the metal, I don't actually go off the edge, which can be possible.
The balloon has landed.
Right. These all the way around, and they will actually heal the structure. Once the enemies come in, what you want to do is look down at your feet and then chuck your banner down. And there we go. That gives the structure's health up to 32,000. Hopefully there's no smashes, because that's just going to ruin it completely. You don't want any smashes. Now you don't need to repair this because it repairs itself, but if you get if you see the it drop in and you need to repair it by 4 or 5 or something, then repair it. Still 18,000 health. You only need to get to 11 files out of 16 to actually pass the mission as well. All going well so far. I could chop a slow field down now, but it isn't necessary. But if I needed to repair these quick, I could chuck my slow field down and then repair it. That would stop it from taking more damage. So I don't really need to put the wall spikes on the inside. I could put wall launchers or the or wall lights if you know, if I wanted, but I prefer just to use these because you can actually see the husks as well. If I use wall launchers, I might not be able to actually see the husks. See, then I jump out and then I grab the metal, but I don't actually need the metal at the minute. That's why I put that around it, so I don't go off the edge. See, it's actually healing because of his giving 84% more health to the structures. It's actually healing as well with these traps, both on the outside and inside, and they can't damage it. Well, they can damage it a little bit, obviously, but it's healing faster than what they can actually damage it. Where's my trap durability on the 85, my durability on my wall launchers.
Data's looking good.
Oh, that's the yeah, it's the other ones. And 65 on that one, and then I've gone for impact on the my 131. I've gone durability and reload speed on my 106. Because you only need them to really push them, you know, push them back a little bit just to stop them from breaking it. You don't need to send them flying for miles. So you've got 18,000 health. Check the banner down again, and it increases it to almost 33,000.
Another file.
See, you don't have to do anything after you've placed them traps.
Another file. All right.
And there we have it.
Praiseworthy job, Commander. So, a good job.
How to solo retrieve the data.
Will help us locate survivors and weak points in the storm.
Right, collect our rewards. So to recap, you do not shoot the balloon down. You need to let it drop, otherwise you will get a mini boss, like a smasher, and they'll just destroy your building, and you don't want that. You need to use non-damage traps preferably with high durability, and the final perk has to be heals 4.8% of your structure's health. And you need base Kyle with the build that I showed you earlier in the video. Should get a few lightning in a bottle now. There we go, 128 lightning in a bottle and 131 gold. Well, I hope you found this video helpful. Don't forget to smash that like button. If you're new to my channel, then why not subscribe? Hit the bell notification symbol and you'll be notified when I publish new videos on YouTube. If you'd like to help out my channel, you can do so by sharing my videos on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, etc. Tell all your gaming friends about my channel. Help my channel to grow. If you'd like to help out my channel a little bit financially, I do have a Patreon account and you can pledge from just $1 a month. And there's a link to my Patreon in the description of all of my YouTube videos. And if you are under the age of 18, please ask your parents' permission before pledging. That's all I ask. And if enough of you can help me out a little bit financially, I will be able to upgrade my really bad broadband and possibly get into doing some live streaming. But at the minute I can't do that because I don't have an income, and due to my health reasons. Alternatively, you could always use my Fortnite creator code, which is the same as my YouTube gaming channel name, starfish_central, although it does need to be in capital letters. And again, a big thank you to those of you, both past and present, who have been kind enough to use my supporter creator code. It is very much appreciated. Many thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye for now.